Hey everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back if you are not. In this video, I want to talk about PALANTIR. The price action on PALANTIR has been very strong, so I want to get into their chart and give you my thoughts on what could be coming next. And then after that, I also have some other nice looking tradable charts that I want to show you. All right, well, let's get into these charts. Right here, I have the daily chart of PALANTIR, ticker symbol PLTR. Now, I actually haven't done a PALANTIR video in quite a while because, well, let's face it, lately the stock really doesn't move all that much. It's kind of boring. This is one of my long-term holds. So, I'm just kind of sitting back watching this one, but what I have been noticing lately is it's really starting to accelerate, and we're breaking through some pretty significant areas on the chart, so I want to go over those and talk about a few other things with PALANTIR. But if we zoom in closely here, we can see all this volume that has been pouring into this stock over the last couple of months. I think PALANTIR is setting up for a decent size move up. We'll see if it can hold this breakout that it's had recently. I think by the looks of this chart and all the volume that's coming in, this breakout has a very strong possibility of holding and continuing higher. And you can see we have a little bit of a cup and handle formation right here. We got a little bit of a handle here, and then we got that breakout, and it's breaking out on good volume, and it is holding the breakout. Now, on this whole move up, I have been selling covered calls on my PALANTIR shares, and I actually have some that are expiring today. I sold the $30 call, and I don't think it's going to hit it. You never know. I mean, PALANTIR could get a boost into the close. We got a couple hours left in the trading day. I don't think that my shares are going to get called away from me, but if these calls expire worthless and I get to keep my shares, I'm probably going to hold off on selling more calls, at least for a little while, because if this trend really starts to accelerate to the upside, I could get those shares called away from me pretty easily, and I could miss out on a lot of the big upside. When the stock's kind of trending up and it's not trending super hard to the upside, I like to sell some covered calls on my long-term positions and just try to generate some income. And what I like to do with that income that I generate on selling those covered calls is I like to buy some downside protection. I like to buy either puts in the SPY or maybe just puts against some of my positions that are way out of the money. So if we do get one of those, events in the market where it goes down fast, quickly, I get, those end up paying off really big, but they're kind of like insurance policies. It's like if you buy insurance on your house, usually most people are not upset if their house does not burn down. That insurance is just to protect them, from a catastrophic loss that would be difficult to recover from. I mean, maybe you are a little different. Maybe you wish your house would burn down, but I'm glad when mine don't. But I definitely want that insurance. But the beautiful thing about buying that downside protection on your portfolio, number one, you sleep better at night if you have a large amount of money at risk in the market. But if you do get one of those catastrophic moves down, those things pay off big, and then you get a very large payout on that when all the other stocks are down. So you got a big pile of money while stocks have sold off that you can put to work immediately, potentially. But enough about that. Let's get into this PALANTIR chart. But as we can see, it is breaking above this resistance area right here that it has been fighting with for quite a long time, and it is breaking through with authority. So I think PALANTIR has a fantastic possibility of really starting to accelerate. If I back out the chart, we had like this type of acceleration right here. This is the type of move where you do not want to be selling covered calls, because in order to collect any decent kind of premium, you can't be too far out of the money, and this thing would just blast right through your call and you'd miss out on this big upside. So man, I really like the way PALANTIR is starting to shape out, and I'm really glad that I was, grabbing a bunch of shares when this thing was in the low 20s, and even when it broke briefly below 20. I remember when I made the videos back here when it was breaking below 20, I was really excited. I was thinking it was going to go, closer to like $15 a share, but that was not the case. This thing found support under 20 quickly and rebounded, and this thing looked like it's finally starting to complete this very long saucer type base, of course, with this little cup and a handle pattern that's happening right at the end of it. And man, this is just a picture perfect pattern in Palantir. And if we go to the weekly chart, I think it looks even better. You can see how nice this rounded bottom formation is. And if you are familiar with my channel, you know I love it when they make these nice rounded bottoms. You have a false breakout to the downside where it jumps right back up into the consolidation and then eventually rounds up. So you got this long consolidation, you have this false breakdown right here, and then of course you have this trend line where it's starting to make that ascending triangle, putting pressure on the resistance area, and the eventual breakout. And that is exactly what we're getting right here. So the Palantir chart looks absolutely beautiful. If you guys are in Palantir, I would expect a little bit of an acceleration here. I think the only thing that could really hurt Palantir at the moment is if we have a big drop in the market. But man, I absolutely love the way this Palantir chart is shaping up. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is Argo blockchain, ticker symbol ARBKF. And actually, I have a Robinhood account. I really don't trade with it. I don't really like my Robinhood account too much compared to my other brokers. But I did get an email a couple days ago or so saying that they were going to have the capability of trading Robinhood either now or very soon. Honestly, I didn't really read it all that well, but that might be why this stock is getting a little bit of a breakout. Maybe it's the help from the Robinhood crowd. Who knows? But as we can see, oh, and by the way, I think I said on that email that the ticker symbol might be just ARBK, so the ticker symbol might be different. I didn't really check into it, so you might have to double check that. But getting back to this chart, I really love how this pattern is shaping out. Got a very nice rounded bottom. It actually looks quite similar to Palantir. You can see this thing has been going kind of sideways and rounding up for quite a while. You got this false breakdown right here, and then you have this very well-defined resistance area that the stock has been breaking out of lately. And when a stock breaks through a resistance area, a lot of the time I do not like to buy immediately. I like to wait for a couple of days to see if it is going to hold, because especially lately, there's been a lot of false breakouts in the market. So it definitely looks like Argo blockchain is going to be holding this breakout, or at least has a stronger possibility of holding. So this one, as far as I am concerned, is in a buy zone for me. But man, just a beautiful looking chart, beautiful looking breakout. And if we go to that 15-minute chart, we can see it just a little bit closer. Very well defined resistance area, and then a nice breakthrough, and then you get that retest. You know, I like to see that breakthrough come down and test that resistance area, which of course becomes support, and then it starts to move back up and breaks above that recent high or that recent pivot that it made as it was breaking out. So Argo blockchain is looking very good at the moment, and man, as far as I'm concerned, this thing is in a buy zone right now, and if this thing does break down below $2 a share, I would probably give it down to this area right here. If I was in this stock right now, I'd probably place my stop right around $1.79, just to give it a little bit of leeway, because you know you're probably gonna get some volatility in the market. You don't want to get you don't want to put your stops too close, so you get shaken out on a move that's really not that relevant. But you don't want to put too much capital at risk. And if it breaks down through a couple of well-defined support areas, then you just want to, you know, take that money, take that risk out of the market and wait for a better opportunity, whether it's in Argo or something else. But let's get to the next one. And that next one is OBSV. I've been watching this one for several days, ever since this thing jumped up off of this bottom. It had been moving sideways. I've been waiting patiently for that breakout. Now it looks like we are finally getting that breakout. So right now I'm watching for that hold. If we can get a hold in OBSV, I think I'm going to be very interested in taking a position in this one. This one's been going sideways for quite a while, and now it's starting to round out that bottom very nicely. If we go to that 15-minute chart, we can see it even more clear how nice this rounded bottom is starting to shape over these last few weeks or so. And now we are finally getting that breakout, and we've got a little bit of a test of that breakout. If we move closer, we can see that we had that little bit of a pullback, test of that resistance area, which of course now becomes support, and it is breaking above that recent pivot that it had on that breakout area. So OBSV is looking very good at the moment. Got a lot of volume coming into this one. So I think this one has a very strong possibility of continuing higher. Just a very nice looking chart. And of course, this one is in the biotechnology sector, and these things can really get going sometimes. So usually with the biotech stocks, I have to, play them a little bit faster. I have to get in just a little bit earlier because these things can take off in a blink of an eye and then you miss your opportunity in them. But OBSV is a very nice looking chart right now. All right, well, before I get into the last one, I just want to mention that I am not a financial advisor. Oh, this is just my opinion. I'm just trying to show you the best looking charts that I see in the market currently. Please make all of your own trading decisions. But if you do want to know what we are trading in the Patreon, that link is down there in the description. But this last one is Fulcrum Therapeutics Incorporated, ticker symbol FULC. It seems like I have been watching this thing forever, waiting for a pullback, and this thing just exploded higher in early August and has not been pulling back at all. Had a slight pullback, if you can call this a pullback. I mean, I know it is, but didn't even hit that purple line, that 21-period exponential moving average, before it started taking off again. So this one is still very strong. I would expect a breakout above this high right around $30 a share imminently. And if it does break through there, I would guess it's probably going to hold. But I would, of course, wait for that hold before I decided to buy back in. I really wanted to get a piece of this one on a pullback, but I think if this thing breaks above this recent high, I think I might have to just jump on board with this one, because this one could be a screamer. This thing hasn't pulled back at all. No selling at all pretty much has come into the market. So that's telling you this is very strong. I mean, God forbid some more good news come out that puts buying pressure on this with almost no sellers out there. I mean, this thing could really rocket higher. But if we go to that 15-minute chart and back it out a little bit, you can see how beautiful this rounded bottom formation is. Had some spikes down in these last several days, and they just get bought up immediately. I mean, they don't last. This is a 15-minute chart, so these spikes down, they get bought up in the first 15 minutes of the day every single day. And this thing just looks like it is poised to blast above this level right here. Just call it $30 a share just to make it even. But man, Fulcrum Therapeutics looks super strong at the moment, and I am very interested in playing the next breakout if we get it. All right, guys, well, that's all I have for this video, so I'm going to end it right there. But if you have any questions about any of these stocks, or if you have any other stocks you want me to take a look at, please leave them down there in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, guys, and until next time, take care.